Hello, I'm Mr. Killstick, and this is Bring the Pain. And today I'm going to talk about pretty much the state that gaming in general is in. I'm going to lower my camera so you can watch me gesticulate like a madman. This is real professional shit right here. Ugh! You can see my nipples. God, I'm a disgusting freak. Anyways, shit has gotten way too serious. Way too damn serious. I play multiplayer and people are on there like their actual lives are at stake for every win and loss. It's getting friggin' ridiculous, man. I mean, the reason, at least my reason and reasons that people I know play games is to stress out, to get away from, the constant scrutiny of work and school and just chill out in a roughly consequence-free environment where they can just get their damn stress out. Instead, they're getting their stress on because some fucking either kid who's way too young to be playing an M-rated game or demented man-child is constantly bitching about how and what they're doing in a video game. It's like, are people gambling on the outcomes of matches now, or are Russian terrorists holding guns to people's head? You play game good or you die. I mean, what the fuck is going on? Um, that's a big reason why I started doing Let's Plays, is to try and bring the fun back to gaming, to make people aware that this is a thing you do to amuse yourself, not to stress out over. I mean, you know, my train of thought is all, but, I don't know what the big damn deal is. It's confusing and a little bit scary. Um, I know some of it is kind of the paradigm shift. I mean, a lot of us, a lot of the reasons some of the other reasons we play games is go into a whole nother world, have whole new experiences, explore lost and forbidden lands and shit like that. And as time went on, it kind of became more of a mercenary thing, really, if you look at it. And I don't view this as a bad thing. I mean, it gives you extra incentive to play the game, more shit to do, especially if a game has a new game plus feature where you can, of course, play over and have all the shit you had before, or at least the level or experience or abilities you had when you ended the game last time. And holy hell, I love new game plus. But nowadays it's a little bit less about exploration and seeing new shit and more about getting stuff. But it's cool stuff. And I guess it's because of that mercenary mentality that this is the Trihard Army. And, the HB, of course, stands for Honey Badgers, because tryhards don't know when to quit. And the tryhard thing, I guess I should have explained this in my intro video, but basically, tryhards are people who play games and actually care about their life outside of the game. You do not have time to really play for hours on end. You might not even have enough time to really get into the groove of a game. So you might fuck up. You might make mistakes you might otherwise not make. You might kind of forget how to maneuver around. You might even forget the fucking controls, but you still bother playing. So I don't really view the word tryhard as a bad thing necessarily. I mean, it is if you flame out and get pissed off all the time, because gaming's supposed to be fun. But God, where was I? I lose my train of thought so damn easily. I'm just gonna abuse my lungs right here in front of everybody. Let's see, where was shy. I think one thing that might help things quite a bit is if you were required to submit ID when signing up for a gaming account. Because brain fart. Because I'm kind of tired of playing games with M-rated games with children who shouldn't be playing them. And I mean, my reasons are twofold. One, I am in fact a parent myself. I mean, granted, my former significant other currently has custody, but whatever. Um, you know, I'd be horrified to see her playing Grand Theft Auto. I really would. I mean, if it was a game with a good versus evil storyline or something where she could learn some shit, that'd be great. But I don't think GTA is going to turn a kid into a mass murdering sociopath. But I could see it at least eroding some of the lesser morals. But the other thing though is the annoyance factor. I mean, even if they're not trolling, even if they're not talking shit without the skill to back it up, even if they're not being MLG a-holes, it's still kind of frustrating to play a game with somebody who's like gonna drop the controller and go have lunch and just stand there and soak up kills, or like doesn't really understand the controls, or doesn't understand maneuver combat, or things like that. So I think, and don't ask me why I know this, but I think it should be that setting up a game account should be the same way signing up to be a cam model. Just take a good picture of your ID, it gets submitted, and that determines what rating of game you can play. I am noticing some good things, though, in the gaming industry, if not amongst gamers themselves. Subscription-based gaming seems to be dying out, and that's a good thing. Because, who in their right minds would pay $35 a month to play one game when that same amount of money you could buy a pretty decent game for that amount of money every month? And then, I don't know if WoW's the only game that does this, but having to pay for expansions is kind of bullshitty, especially when they come out at release for like 40, $60. Come on now. That's ridiculous. Um, you know, I'm not one of these cretins who thinks everything should be free. It's why I don't play old school games on here, because I'd have to use an emulator, and that's pretty much piracy. Which I most certainly wholeheartedly do not endorse. Um, pay for your shit, for Christ's sake. I guess that's another thing I'm noticing. There's a lot less piracy, seemingly a lot less piracy going on. What else? Oh, this VR stuff. When I was growing up, I thought that would be the way of the future, and it seems to be the way things are going, but I'm a little more excited to see more being done with augmented reality. That is, using something like, what was it called, the Google goggles, Google Lens, to overlay digital information on real world shit. Like, what's a good example? Like, instead of having a big ass menu at Mickey D's taking up space, they could, put some more TVs in or something, and you could just see an overlay of everything that's available and the prices and stuff like that. But of course, more pertinent to gamers. I mean, could you imagine, like, strapping on an IR receiver to a Nerf gun and like doing the last stand against zombies in your backyard. Do you know how fucking cool that would be? And it would, and that kind of interaction in real life action would probably result in a lot more healthy gamers out there. I mean, granted, I think more of us are being a little more health conscious. I mean, most of the guys I see who do Let's Plays and reviews now, how do I put this sensitively? They're not as, most of them aren't as fluffy as I used to see. Um, but yeah. And me personally, I mean, I know I'm not exactly a paragon of good health. I mean, for Christ's sake, I'm smoking, I'm drinking a mixture of chocolate milk and root beer. I just chugged a goddamn Red Bull, and I got a whole bin full of pizza rolls next to me. But I guess that's another thing. That's losing my train of thought. This is becoming more of a rant than a topic-based discussion. It also seems to be, at least from what I've seen, there's less of this my console is better than yours, PC is better than both combined kind of rivalry BS. I mean, mostly because most of the games you can get just about any game on one console that exists on another, and a lot of the free-to-plays that were exclusive to PC are coming to, like, the PlayStation Network, which I think is kind of cool. I mean, especially for me, because I'm more of a uniter than a divider. I don't want to fight the fucking console wars. I mean, there's a reason for everything, and I get consoles, okay? Some people just aren't that tech savvy. Some people don't have time to wait for things to load or install or update. You know, you might have a whole butt ton of kids buzzing around, and I mean, which would you rather replace? $1,000 PC that you put hundreds of dollars of work into only to have a freaking ham sandwich jammed into the disk drive, or a console that costs maybe $300 that you could replace maybe your next tax return or next time you get a bonus or whatever. I mean, I get it. I'm not here to fight the war. I kind of wish Halo would make its way back to PC, because that's what it was originally launched on, for all of you who aren't really that aware. I miss the living shit out of Halo. I mean, if they released the Master Chief Collection and it was $100 fucking, I'd pay for it. I'd pay the whole damn thing. I wouldn't mind. I really wouldn't. I mean, granted, there are a lot of games I would have missed out on not being a PC gamer, like the MechWarrior franchise. I mean, aside from those, what were they called? I forget them, but they were on the original Xbox. MechWarrior, a few of the Hitman games, some others I'm probably forgetting. Having access to a lot of the free-to-plays that I played when they're in. I think there's a few I got in on even on the alpha stage. Yeah, it's still pretty much a fucking mess out there, though. There's a lot of anger, there's a lot of misplaced rage. So I guess this is in part kind of an advertisement for the Trihard Army Steam group. I don't know how many, I haven't really, I hate to admit this, but I haven't checked on how many people are on it, if any, but it's a group for, I guess, if you've been branded a tryhard or a casual or whatever insult they're using now for people who don't have hours and hours and or entire weeks to just devote to playing video games. You know, it's a group for people who just want to chill out, have fun, and play games for the reason they were intended to just enjoy. Um, I think I'm gonna check on that shit. Maybe announce a specific game that I'll be having an event for or whatever. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to rant about. Oh, I'm not gonna be playing Killer Instinct anymore because it's pretty much a demo, and I'm not all that into the lore of Killer Instinct. I'm not the hugest fighting game guy on earth. If they put Soul Calibur on PC, oh, I'd play the shit out of that. And that I would pay for the full version and enjoy every second of it. God damn. I should be assigned to stop talking, but let's see. Gotta think of what else I need to say. What else for words? And this is running a lot longer than I intended. Oh, yeah. I think that's all I really wanted to talk about. Don't really have any channel. Oh, one channel announcement. I'm gonna be doing the live streams on Thursdays instead of Wednesdays, because that's when I do important shit. Because Wednesdays are when I do all my important shit in real life. Let's see. um. 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 I guess another little hobby horse. Games are getting big. And I don't mean in terms of popularity, I mean in terms of file size. Gears of War 3, Gears of War Ultimate Edition took up 50 gigs of my hard drive space. I think it's why my Space Marine recordings were fucking up, because my hard drive was actually getting full. And I pulled a dumbass move and didn't bother to click the thing to compress files to save space. But that's just silly. And getting back to Killer Instinct, even though it was just a demo, it was 30 fucking gigs for a demo. Seriously. I know they're going to say it's not a demo. Well, you just have to pay for this to unlock this and that. No, you don't do it like that. Make it a demo, save us some hard drive space so we can tell if we want to actually fill up the hard drive and pay for the game, or just make a fucking video or something. But for the love of God, this half-assed nonsense, I really hope that doesn't become a thing where you get like maybe 10% of the game and the rest is shit you have to pay for. Because that's just dumb. That's just, ugh. Well, that's enough of my verbal meandering. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'm Mr. Killstick, signing out. Oh, wait. I actually forgot my outro. For fun and victory, this is Mr. Killstick, signing out.